Good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing this morning? Fabulous? I hope so. I hope you guys are having a fabulous Sunday morning, and welcome to the Sass. My name is Nikki Adamkowitz. I kind of run this joint around here. I hope you guys are having a fantastic morning, and we're going to talk about all things teacher gifts. I'm going to try to do the best I can. There's not a lot that I could think of in the personalization world for end of the year gifts, but I am going to give it the good college try, if you will. But first and foremost, say good morning to the ladies. That's right, we have Jody over on YouTube, we have Jess on Facebook, and we have our newest member to the Sassy Squad. That's right, Miss Cheyenne. She'll be floating in between and everything else. So if you see Jody and Jess and Cheyenne, those are my mods behind the Sass. They're able to answer questions. They're also posting links for all of you guys because I don't always get your questions or I won't see them until later. So look to the ladies. They are very skilled. They know what they're doing. They know how I run things. So say good morning to all three of the ladies. Right? Good morning, good morning. I'm here. Well, Evelyn's here, it means everything is all right with the world. Let me just move some things over just a touch. There we go. Good morning, good morning. So, let's talk about those teacher gift ideas. And I want to start off with some of the ideas that we're going to talk about today and where you can get those things. So, let's make sure I hit the right buttons. So, here, we're going to talk about this right here. Let's make sure that's the right button because, you know, it wouldn't be me if it wasn't the wrong button. There you go. You know what? I hit it right this morning. Yay me. So, here are some gift ideas for staff and teachers alike because this is the time of year where we start trying to come up with that kind of stuff. You could do skinny tumblers, beach towels, gift card holders, a plant in a mug, in a coffee mug they can use later if they wanted to, after that plant dies. A plant marker to go with it, socks, signs, clipboards, and anything else they can use for their classroom next year. Those are just some of the cool things that you can do. I mean, there's so many more things. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, another idea is a cosmetic bag. Inside there could be stuff for the summer. That could be their summer survival bag. You could really just make it whatever you want. It's a think outside the box idea. Let's talk about the stuff we're going to be using in today's tutorial. We're going to flip that screen over. And the products used today in this video, plant markers come from Just Blanking Fun. I'm going to talk about why you haven't seen those and where you will see those. But they will be listed on his website soon. And then you have the gift card holders from Blanktastic. Both of those are sponsors of the Sass this morning. So thank you to Claire and John for that. And let's pop it back over to me. Hi, how you doing? You good? All right. So let's talk about those plant in a mug gift ideas. And here it is. So I literally did this mug years ago for my daughter Sarah. And as you guys know, she just recently graduated. Yesterday, actually. She is now a teacher, officially. That's right. So what we do is we took this faux succulent greenery that you can get at any craft store. We put it inside. I have some rocks in here. We put this inside. It makes a really cute teacher gift idea. But here's the thing. This right here. Okay? What can you pair this with? So you could put it in with that plant and the mug and all of that. This is a cute little, and I wanted little. These are in the tri-packs this month that have just gotten shipped out. So this is the little tiny garden stake that you could put into anything, but they're great for small potted plants. You don't need something huge. What you can pair it with for maybe a staff member at school, and this is what I paired it with. So you can buy these seed papers. Whoops. You can buy these seed papers, and they have all sorts of wild flowers in them. They come with this little tiny gift card holder, so to speak, to hold it's like a little pocket, right? So so you can put the seed papers, and it tells you what is the kind of seeds that are in here and how to plant them. So you can give them the cute little marker plus the little seed paper as just something small. Because let's be honest, we want to be able to give stuff to everybody, especially me as a mom, right? I wanted to give to the teacher, the teacher's aide, the music teacher, the whomever teacher, the lunch lady, the bus driver, and it becomes very costly. So how can you propose this to your clients? You can get the mini garden stake, and then you can get the little seed papers. You can get them on Amazon, right? You pair them together with a cute little note from Junior, right? And you have the cutest little gift set. You can offer to somebody something small, something kitschy, but we're going to press that today. So let's get right to it. Let's flip over this camera. Give me 1 second. You could, yep, you could also have the kids make seed paper, Cheyenne saying. So let's get to this part of the equation here, and that's my desktop, right? So how are we going to go about doing this? Well, first you're going to need yourself a design. And because it's metal, here's a couple different ways you can press metal. So first of all, if there's any plastic on it, take it off. There was no plastic on these. These are I shouldn't say hand cut. John just recently got a CNC machine, so now he is able to cut some pretty unique shapes out of the metal we use. He's also getting double-sided metal in. So I already have coming in, he has Nomi garden stakes. I cannot wait for them to get here, so be prepared for those to come in. They're 8 inches tall, the gnome itself, and then it has, I think, a 6-inch stake on the bottom for you to put them in your gardens. But he can now cut custom shapes for you, and this was the one he cut for me. So I took my design. Now when I put my metal inside my heat press, I do it at 395 for 60 seconds. I make sure all the plastic is off of it. Now, I'm going to tell you, I go rogue here. I don't tape it down. I literally take my paper, bring it over to the heat press. I set it on my heat press, butcher paper on the bottom, and lay it on the template. And put butcher paper over the top and close it. I don't tape my metal down, especially if I've got double-sided metal. I don't want any tape marks of any sort. And you can do the pocket method if it is double-sided metal, just like you've seen me do with the wind spinners. If you go back into my YouTube tutorial on the wind spinners, you will see the pocket method you could use on all metal if it's double-sided. So this is how I'm going to go put it in the press. First things first, let's get that butcher paper. So you always want to protect your investment, right? We always talk about that. We want to protect the investment. What is your investment? That's your heat press. So I'm going to go protect that investment because I don't need a repeat project. All right. I know what you guys are thinking. Nick, you're crazy. I know. You're all here for it, though. I also press my metal upside down. I find that it works best. When I am pressing it on single-sided, I find that it is much, there we go. I find it is much easier for me to press it upside down. It actually presses better. I get a better quality of a print. I'm not exactly sure why that is. It's just something I was taught 6 years ago, and I've never changed it. So there you go. There's the truth of the matter, right? You don't fix what's not broken. Let me see if there's any questions. Here for the crazy train. Too bad coffee isn't still. I don't use tape on my metals either. Right, Myra? I just don't. Nomi butts. Oh, we do need to do a Nomi butt. You're right. You're right. I'm on that. I'm on that. I love the fact that John can cut any shape now. So if you wanted hearts, I can tell you he has started cutting dog tags for animals. Not the ones for the humans, but animal dog tags, and he's cut them in the shape of a shield and a Maltese cross. He'll be able to cut them in any shape pretty much that you need. Let me just get this off of here. There we go. Woo, she's hot. Okay. Let's, let me just, hold on. Metal's kind of hot. It's a little off center, but that's okay. There you go. He's hot. But they press absolutely stunning. Absolutely, let me get it really close to the camera here. They press absolutely stunning. There you go. Just like anything metal. Press is gorgeous. And then you would pair it up with the seed paper. Like Cheyenne said, you could also make that with your kiddos. Metal does cool down pretty quickly. You could tie this around here and add a little bit of a jute, and now you've got a really cute gift. You could stick it inside your plant. Look at the little camera at this one. You could stick it inside your plant, and now you've got a really cute marker. It could have a kid's name on it, whatever it may be, but it's absolutely adorable. Okay, so we have that. So again, if you're looking for cute, small, metal type items, you could head over to Just Blanking Fun. He will cut you some custom shapes, and he does have double-sided metal coming in. So look for all of the fun things for that. That means he's going to be able to do double-sided earrings. He'll be doing double-sided ornaments and double-sided, oh my gosh, there's just too many things that he'll be able to do double-sided now. When that metal comes in, he had to order that specialty. All right. Right? Uber cute. It's tiny, but I loved it. Not everything needs to be big and huge to make an impact when it comes to gift giving. Now we're going to switch gears, and I need to find this little contraption. Now we're going to switch over to Blanktastic. That is run by Claire, and she made this. Now I've already got it tied so you can see what we're going to be up to. This is a gift card holder. I will go get myself a gift card so you guys can see what it looks like. Let me go do that. All right. Now, gift cards are typically standard size, but sometimes you do get some oddball shapes. So they come all in pieces. Now, this fits right inside there, and you just take this. Now, this was actually, I love how mistakes happen. You know what? They're happy accidents. So if you happen to have a gift card that's bigger than the standard, you want to glue this down, by the way. I didn't, just for the tutorial. You could take this frame out and make it so it's bigger. But for the most part, they're going to fit inside this little wonderful piece of information. All right. So you're going to want to glue all of that down. But she does have the frame. I don't know if her frame comes out. This was a happy little accident. And I said to her, I go, you know, you may or may not want to keep that frame so people can take it in and out and let them decide if it's, you know, for the standard or if it's bigger. But this allows it to be a little bit more interchangeable for your client. And then you close it, and now you have a book. It is a cute card holder. So we're going to take this all apart, and we're going to go press it. It's made out of MDF and wood. She just happened to pick the green wood that we were testing this on. Loved the whole idea. And then we will go back through and we'll lace it. So, I was thinking it looks like a key. It does look like a key. Yep, you absolutely can. You can even have John make that into a key, like a skeleton key. You could totally have John make that into a skeleton key. All right. I don't know how to measure. You know what? I don't know how to measure. I don't know what I was measuring this morning. Let me see. Oh, because it's backwards, you goofball. Hold, please. I hate when I do that. This is supposed to be just do that like 100 times? You swear you measured it correctly. Welcome to the Sass, where I don't even know how to measure. So it is 3 inches. We're going to call it 325. So it's 3 inches wide by 4 inches long. I don't know what I was doing. I have no idea, friends. No idea. No ideas. Oh my good gravy. Okay. While that's printing, because, you know, let's just talk about it while it's printing. You know the old saying, measure twice, cut once? We should probably adopt that theory when it comes to printing off stuff, so you don't print it 8,000 times because you forgot how to measure and you don't know what you did. But welcome. Let's have coffee, because clearly I haven't had enough yet. Yeah. That's right. That's right. That's right. Your brother's going to be coming to that door. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we can. Round 2. Fight. Sorry. I really need to just get a life. Okay. So, now we're going to press it correctly. You know, whatever that is. I will put some tape down. I am not one of those. If you're new here, welcome. I'm not one of those people who presses things 100% perfect all the time. I'm also one of those people who has no fear of showing you that I've screwed it up. The reason for that is because we're all real. We're all very real people. $3.95 for 60 is what I got in there because mine runs just slightly a little bit hot. That's why I don't do 400, but that's the temperature I've picked and that's what we're sticking with. So I'm not afraid to show you when I've made a mistake. And the reason for that being is guess what? I'm human. I'm not a robot. And I don't want 18,000 takes to try to perfect something. That's not reality. Reality is that I'm going to make mistakes just like you. And it doesn't matter if I've been doing this 2 years, 5 years, 20 years, 30 years. It won't matter. We all make mistakes. We get complacent. We forget to do things. We forget our flow. And that's just called the nature of the beast. So I am not afraid to show you at any point when I've messed up something. But here's what I will do. I'll show you my successes too. I'll show you when I've mastered something. Cue tumblers. I will show you when I mess up and you'll see my frustration. I'm going to show you all of the good, the bad, and the ugly of sublimation because you know what? This business isn't always pretty. It isn't always glamorous. So, here we go. I want you to see some. I don't know if you guys could see that. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, I want you to point out something. Okay. I don't know if you could see that in the camera, but there's moisture there. Why? There was no moisture on my press because MDF has moisture in it. The reason we put down butcher paper is to collect that moisture that could be in the MDF, right? And it absorbs the moisture so that you're not getting it on your Teflon sheet. This is why you don't use Teflon sheets top and bottom. Use butcher paper. The butcher paper absorbs it. If you do a Teflon sheet top and bottom and not butcher paper, you're basically creating moisture lock, right? And then you get weird off-gassing and blowout and all sorts of craziness, right? So this is why we use butcher paper, is to collect that moisture. It naturally lets all the steam out without it trapping it onto your MDF. And just like that, I have a great upside down and backwards thing. It's great. Oh, this is just getting better for the day. I quit. I'm so done. Ah! Good gravy. Okay. You're still here with it with me, right? Darn it! Okay. Totally upside down. Good gosh. I mean, it could be a funny if you wanted it to be. But, there you go. Go ahead. Laugh away. Please laugh. Because if you don't laugh, I may cry. Ah! Ah. See? See? Now what I do is I just twist the twine in, and then I come up and I crisscross it over. Twist, and then I'll do it again. Can't believe I did that. I mean, I can, but... Okay. Now, I'm going to flip it and pull this nice and tight because I've got to be able to get this into that hole. And it's going to be a little tough, and you're going to have to probably fight with it. I'm going to warn you right now, you're going to fight with this. We're going to try to do it because why not? You guys are already here for it. You're already watching me muck this up 1,000 times over, right? Thank God for tweezers. Okay. I can't believe I did that. Good gravy. Good gravy. I know y'all are here for it. You guys are here to watch me mess this up. It's great. I know we've all done it 1,000 times over. But you know what? Every now and then your girl just wants a win, okay? I just want to win. I just want to win. Welcome to Sunday. Welcome to Sunday. So what I'm taking is my tweezers and literally just kind of pushing that through so I can pull it out on this side. You could probably use, what is it called? What did I do there? You goofball. You could probably use a needle and thread too. You know, a yarn needle, and probably get this through too. But, you know, we're liking the whole difficult route of the day, so why not? We're voting for difficult. We are voting for difficult. Why not? I've already mucked this up already. Okay. So, it was just going too good. That's what it was. I should have known. I should have known. So, you can knot it, you can tie it, then you trim it, make it pretty. I don't care at this point. All right. So if it were correct, it would be this way. But you know what? Thank you for an amazing year. Upside down is kind of comical. You might not want to tie this too overly tight because you want to be able to give it some, there you go, once it loosens up. All right, then you glue this all down. Make sure this is all glued down. And then put your gift card in there. Or let the parent put the gift card in here. But if you want to read it, what it looks like correct, whatever. Anyway, you can get these gift card holders at Blanktastic. Just make sure that when you're pressing your item that your, see, the holes should have been on my left side. So if you're looking at it, I had the holes on the right side. You want the holes on the left side when you're pressing it down, I believe. Nope, you want it on the right side. Yeah, nope. Sorry, I apologize. You want to make sure that the holes are on the right side. You want to make sure your holes are on the right side. So when you flip it over, your holes are here, right? So when it's upside down, holes over here. There you go. The holes should be on your right side, right? So holes on the right side when you're laying it on your image, okay? And when you flip it over, the holes will be in the correct spot. So holes on the right when you're looking at it and it's upside down, all right? Just keep going. Let's talk about this. you know what? Great segue, Nick. Great segue. So you know how Claire has the wine caddies, or the little bottle caddies, you know, for the alcohol that I'm going to need in about 20. So anyway, Claire made the apple version. These are your audible mentions. She made the apple version so you can use it for teachers. But I need to tell you that even Claire makes mistakes sometimes in life. And you know what? I'm glad to know that I'm in good company. So anyway, this is what I lovingly call the participation trophy. She has since fixed the file, but I have to show you what happened. So even vendors, when they're making stuff, make mistakes. We all do. They have to go back to the drawing board. Well, when Claire was making these, right, she wanted a trophy, you know, world's best dad trophy. Well, it quickly got dubbed the participation trophy. Because when she took this circle, not this one underneath, we're going to use it like it's a table. She set it on the table. And she put her trophy in there. She was super proud, right? Super, super proud that she made the greatest trophy ever. And then she sent it to Nikki. And I was so excited to get the trophy. And I go to put it in the hole. See, if you notice, there's a little notch here so that it stays. It stays. Well, Claire forgot to put the little notch, and it now became the participation trophy. So there you go. Now this is lovingly dubbed the participation trophy, which, by the way, would be a really cute design. Here's your participation trophy, because everybody's into that, right? Give them some bottles of whatever alcohol of their choice, and now you have a really cute kitschy idea for whomever, whether it be the dad, the grad, or the teacher. That is a great thing to have, is the best participation trophy ever. So if you're not doing the apple, you can do the trophy. She has since fixed it, but now you know why. If you hear me call it the participation trophy, now you know. You're in the know. I need a cocktail after this. Okay, now, last up, I want to show you a rabbit hole idea that I had done with Claire, and we're going to press it live here. It's with acrylic. It shouldn't be too bad. I do pretty well with acrylic, but she made me an acrylic bubble wand. We have tweaked the design. This was prototype 1, but we're just going to go ahead and press it. Now, I know what you're thinking, okay? And the reason we tweaked it is we made this a little bit thicker, and it only has one hole at the bottom, not the 2, because we wanted more customization area, right? Let me explain. Let me explain, Lucy. Let me explain. Okay, here's why we're doing these. These also don't have notches up here. Okay, I digress. The reason we're doing these is these are great for end of the year gifts for classmates. So you get the very inexpensive bottles of bubbles, and you attach this with the child's name on it. It's a really cute idea, but not necessarily for classrooms, but for wedding favors. Guys, you're in the heat of wedding season right now. So these are really cute gift ideas for weddings, is the ones that say Mr. and Mrs. whomever on it. So we're gonna press full bleed on this, because why not? So we have got a full color. We're gonna try it out. You press it at 395 for 60 seconds. Light pressure. So let me fix that pressure while I'm thinking about it. You don't want heavy pressure with acrylic. And the reason you don't want heavy pressure is because your paper can tend to stick. So you really want, like, I call it kiss pressure. Okay? So you basically want kiss pressure, where it's just kind of touching it on the surface. Okay? So we have that. I can't wait to press these. And let's see if I can screw this up too. Okay, take 2. So, oh, look it. She measured it right today. Hold on, let's see. Okay, so I know that this is a lot on there, width-wise. I did it for visual Please note that this is all done for visual. And the only reason was because this is white and it's hard to see. So for visual, it is rather wide. But the height and the fact that I put Morgan's name on it. Okay. So we are going to line this up. Now you could do full bleed. You can do just the names on them. Whatever the case may be. Okay. So we've got our beautiful little pocket going here. You're then, once it's done, you want to add something heavy to your acrylic. Let it completely cool. So I'll put it over there. I have a metal block that I put on top of it. We'll let it cool. We'll flip it over. We'll see what it looks like. See if the paper comes off of it. It should. If it doesn't, you just take some cool water to it. Or I have Clorox wipe and it wipes it off really nice. So I've got it protected. Make sure it's the correct size. And now we let it cook, right? So acrylic is meant to have kiss pressure, and you press it at 395 for 60 seconds. And then you can, a lot of people tell you 400. Again, I know that my press runs a little bit hot, so it's typically 400 for 60, but mine's 395 for 60. And with that said too, you bring it immediately over. Don't try to pull the paper off at all. You bring it over, put something heavy on it till it completely cools, and the paper should just pop right off. And it should be shiny. If it's dull, it means your pressure was probably a little too heavy, because your acrylic should still be shiny when it's done. We'll see how I did with my kiss pressure right now. It's going to be an interesting conversation. Let's see. Is it plastic? It's acrylic. Yes, they are acrylic. Weddings, showers, classmates, birthday parties, and so much more. Okay. So now, we're going to bring this over. You can get a piece of marble. You can get just about anything. I happen to do metal stamping and make jewelry. I know, just another thing that Nikki adds into her repertoire of things. So I have this block and it's made for that. It also helps to cool it down too. So I just took a piece of metal that came from John Stock, flipped it over, and I am just adding this. It's going to cool it off. It's going to let it do its thing. It doesn't take long to cool this off. You don't want to pull it off too soon either. So it's doing its thing. That's all you have to do with it. You can, like I said, use marble. That helps as well. If you get a larger piece of marble or granite or something of that nature for your shop, that's great for cooling things off at 400 degrees, right? So it's nice to have. So if you go get yourself a cutting board, if you will, in granite or marble or whatever, that's enough of a heft when you have to have things that are weighted down. Your big MDF signs, the acrylic. That's enough heft to be able to keep it flat so you don't have to repress it 87 times. All right, let's see how we did. Do I still feel, oh, nice and cool. Perfect. So this may stick, which it did, which means I had too much pressure still. But, oh, and I just broke it. That's why we modify things. Don't worry. It's because I added too much. I forgot to take the tape off. Okay. So this is why this got modified, because it was too thin in that section. But that's okay. We're going to still work on it here. I've got another one. I got another one I can do. Okay. But let's see if I did the name correctly. Oh my gosh. It is a Sunday. Poor Claire is like, Nikki, you're screwing this up. Yeah, girl, I know I am. I know. We're going to go press another one because I have another back to it. So let's go do that real quick, because I totally just snapped that. Good gravy, good gravy. piece. We're just going to press the spare piece just for the sake of pressing the spare piece. Because why not? You know what? And we're also going to make it into a pocket method, because why not? I can't believe I do these things. Why do I do this job again? Oh, right. So that you guys don't muck this up. I can't believe I did this. I mean, I can. But all you do, just take a wipe to it. I'll show you what it looks like on the thicker stuff. I told Claire that it was too thin in one spot. I said, because you got little toddlers and stuff using it. So we had to revamp it because I didn't want it super thin. Now we know why, because Hercules over here decided that it was okay. But as you can see, you just take off this with a baby wipe, or I actually use my Scrub Mama on it. Comes off nice, and it doesn't take any of the color off, and we never have any issues with it. So there is that. Just when I got excited for doing something correct. Now. Yeah. I'm gonna see if it did both sides. Hold on 1 second. Nope. You know what? I'm curious about something. I'm curious if I press it on both sides, what happens? If I just quickly flip it, if I got to do a double-sided, what happens? I am going to figure that out. If that's good, bad, or ugly, we're going to let you know. Because you know what? If we're going to make mistakes, we might as well make them together at this point. All right. So all you do is you take a baby wipe, or a, I do a Clorox wipe to mine because that's what I happen to have handy here in my shop. And you literally just wipe it all off. Poor Claire's going to be mad at me. I don't have them to show, but I can talk about them. All right. Okay. Also, did you know that Blanktastic carries acrylic feet? I haven't gotten my order in yet for them, but she carries acrylic feet. And if you're looking for acrylic feet, just to be able to hold your MDF, basically that's what you need it for. All right, let's see how we can screw this up further. Right? Now, in theory, I know that this is going to stick. Okay, I could tell you right now, I know it's going to stick. But we're gonna pull it off anyway without Hercules pressure and do it that way. But this is what it looks like once you take all this little paper off. Again, I knew right now that the reason for it sticking was because I had too much pressure. All right, and I didn't even eat Cheerios this morning. But you can see, and they do sub gorgeous. They're absolutely, and you can put names on them. And when they're not broken, you know, and Nikki doesn't use Hercules pressure on things, you know, they do nice. Let me just put it together. You're here for it, right? And if you're here just to make a mockery of me, because I just saw a comment, thanks. You're awesome. Okay. Okay. So. Oh, that really broke good. Okay. So it would have been like this. They are pretty colors. It does sub beautifully when Nikki's not, like I said, using Hercules pressure. Sassy one Kenobi. I'm glad somebody still loves me. So right now I'm not feeling it. Okay. So, Nikki, don't use Hercules pressure. This is not Hercules pressure kind of day. This is what it's going to look like, people, when you add too much pressure to your acrylic. You're going to end up with this issue. Can you come back from it? Absolutely. Go run it under cold water. Get off all the paper. Is it lost? No. You're just going to have to put a little bit of elbow grease into it. That's just how this goes. So what we're going to do, because I don't have the sink handy. I'm just going to get that paper wet. Just get the paper wet. And it will, once you get the paper wet, just kind of come off. Okay? But you could go take a scrub daddy to it, a scrub mama, whatever it is, because they're soft enough. And as you can see, this will come off. All right? It's not lost. I don't want you to think, oh, I've messed it up. No, you haven't. You haven't. You just used Hercules pressure on your acrylic. You don't need to use Hercules pressure. Okay? So as you can see, they do take the color absolutely gorgeous. Okay? Light pressure. Please define what your light pressure is, because mine needs to go lighter. See? And as it gets, that paper gets more and more wet, it just literally flakes right off. Right? As you can see, I'm just doing this with a wipe. Okay? And if you see this color on your wipe, it's from the paper, not the acrylic. Okay? It's from you taking off that paper. But here you go. That is what it looks like. It is gorgeous. It is nice and clean, and you have no issues with it. So again, have patience with your acrylic. If the paper's sticking, don't get upset about it. Just adjust your pressure, maybe a notch or so. All right, and you will find that kiss pressure. It will pop right off if it's the correct pressure. But because it's Sunday and I always mess something up on a Sunday, just to prove to a point, I guess, that I make a lot of mistakes. And we just combat them. All right, we just make it work. So what could you use those bubble wands for? Birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries, just cause, awards, whatever you want to use them for, class presents. Really, they come in handy for just about anything. This was my crazy idea. I seen them made out of acrylic, but nobody had subbed on them before. Have they been tested inside the bubbles? Yes. The bubble mixture does nothing to the sublimation ink. People have asked me that a time or two. I have yet to have an issue with it. And either has my little friend who I made one for. So there you go. How gorgeous is that color? That is a super bright color. Super bright. And it's perfect. So there you go. That's what you do. 395 light pressure, 395 to 400 degrees, depending on your heat press. 60 seconds light pressure, kiss me pressure, right? Very, very, very soft pressure. That's what I call kiss me pressure, by the way, not kiss me. All right, so those are just some of the things that you can do. So let's clean up my mess real quick, because we like a tidy house around here. And we'll talk about everything that we just talked about. We'll talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of this whole conversation of the day. And thanks for kind of following along with the craziness that is the Sass. All right. Yes, exactly. So kids stop fighting over whose is whose. Exactly. Especially little ones. All right, let's do this. First, let's talk about the products we used in this video. The products used in this video came from Just Blanking Fun and Blanktastic. So Just Blanking Fun had the plant markers. The plant markers are metal. He could cut you any shape that you need out of metal. He is getting double-sided metal. That is coming soon, so you'll be able to really just cut a lot of fun shapes right in-house from Just Blanking Fun. And then the gift card holders, they came from Blanktastic. Also, you saw in this video, you saw me introduce the bubble wands, and you saw me introduce the participation trophy and the apple. Lots of fun stuff coming out of Blanktastic, so make sure you check her out. So I'm going to do the recap of the stuff that we learned, and then we're going to do a TikTok made me do it. That's right. We're here for the TikTok made me do it challenge. So let me show off what we've already, let me show off what we did already this morning so you guys could see it. Let me talk to you about the problems and the tips and the tricks that I just did and right here in front of your beautiful eyes this morning. So here we go. We have your plant stake. It's only about 4 inches tall, maybe 3, but it's about 4 inches tall. They're not very big. You can put them inside a plant in a mug. You could offer that as a gift idea. You could give them just as is with seed paper, just like this. They are small gift ideas. This way you're not having to break the bank when you're literally wanting to buy for everyone your child came in contact with for school. You could also do the gift card. Those things came from came from Just Blanking Fun. Blanktastic makes these guys. Yes, I know it's backwards because it's supposed to be like this. Note to self, when pressing item, make sure that the holes are on the right. Okay, so when you're looking at it, make sure that the holes are on the right hand side so that when it's pressed and you open it, it's correct. Okay, so it comes as a little tiny kit. You just add your gift card inside it. It does have a hole, so there you go. That's what that is. We did talk about the apple of your eye. That's right. And you could give them some appletinis, whatever it may be, you know, in there. And then, of course, I had to tell you the fun and cute little story about this guy right here, the participation trophy. Don't worry, she fixed it. It's all good. So you have those 2 items. Plus, you have watched me use my Hercules pressure on the bubble wands. As you can see, it definitely has rich color on this acrylic. Make sure you do 395 to 400 for 60 seconds. And on Kiss Me Light Pressure, when they are pressed correctly, and I haven't broken it, it does make a really cute bubble wand. All right, so that's great for weddings, birthday parties. She does have a different style than what I am showing you because, again, we did tweak it because I was afraid of that exact thing happening and having a toddler break it. So we made it a little bit thicker so that it would be a little bit more kid-friendly, if you will. So there you go. And if you're ever worried that if you've said to Claire, hey Claire, do you have any scraps? She might be willing to throw a scrap piece of acrylic in there so you can do your own test me, kiss me pressure. I think that that's something that should be offered, but I know she's got scraps. She could throw you in a small little scrap so that you can test your pressure and make sure that it's light enough, right? So just reach out to Claire when you're ordering your acrylic and ask for a test sample of it. And it might be some weird, crazy shape, but that's okay. The point of it is so you can test your pressure without ruining your substrate, okay? So you have that. Now, let's get to the TikTok made me do it. Here we go. As you guys know, I am obsessed with my hats. And this particular is all of the rage. Well, I saw a girl on TikTok literally make it out of a microfiber towel. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go one step further. We're going to use one of Marvin's fancy towels. We're going to add heat bond to the back. We are going to sublimate on this towel a design. I am super excited to see how well this works out. We're going to add the glitter to the outside of it and see if we can't make our own faux chenille patches. Let's get to it. So first things first, you're going to need yourself a transfer. I picked the letter S. Well, why? Because that's what's on the hat. We're going to take a towel. Sometimes you mess up on towels, so that would be a great thing to take and learn. But you know what? We have our own little microfiber towels right here. I am going to just tape it down because I got to cut this real quick. Okay, we're going to cut it after, and actually we're going to cut it after we add the heat bond to it. And what I mean by that is I'm going to cut the shape out because I don't want it to have the frayed edges. So we're going to just go, let's press it. Add butcher paper, bring down my pressure, close butcher paper, and let's press it. We all know how these towels press. They press absolutely gorgeous, right? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get that heat bond ready. I'm using Heat Bond Ultra. This is a great no-sew project. Now, could you cut it out on your Cricut or your Silhouette? Absolutely you can. But I know some people who don't have Cricuts or Silhouettes, and they don't have one of those vinyl cutters. So what do? You improvise. And I wanted to show you that you could hand cut them if need be. So that's what we're doing. While that's doing that, we're going to open up your Cricut style. Yep, that's right. We got this glitter that I had sitting on the shelf. Okay. We're just going to let that sit over there for a second. We are going to take this out. And because I already have my S cut, my back S, we're going to cut it on this. Okay. So, I know it's red on red. But what I want to do is take my Sharpie marker, which, why is it when I need a Sharpie marker, they're never right there? Ever. That was funny. Okay. So you could go in. I want to go in and mark this out because once I start cutting things, I'm gonna take that out. Oops. Just draw around here. Could you tape it? Sure, you could tape it, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I just want to trace this out. Again, this is for those people who do not have Cricuts or Silhouettes. They could do this on their Cricut or their Silhouette, so please don't come at me with it. We already know this. Some people do not have the available funds to have all of the toys in the world right now, so we need to make it work for them. Okay. While that's cooling off, I'm going to sit and cut this out. Now, to get into here, a little snip. Okay. Again, little snip. Let's be honest for a second here. While this might seem like a lot of work, but maybe only one in one. Okay, if you're going to need a lot of letters, that's different. But maybe you only need onesies, twosies, right? And you need something quick. So this might be an option. I'm not saying that you can't go out and get those gorgeous chenille letters. I'm not saying that in the slightest. But you're going to watch me do something, though. Because we're going to put this on our Teflon sheet when we go to use the heat bond. The reason being is because I needed to stick to the top of this. And these nails are not doing me any justice right now. Okay, there we go. Okay, you want to be able to peel this off. Now you could just put this on your Teflon sheet, heat press it, and it'll stick right to your Teflon sheet. Okay. Oh my God, she's gorgeous. Anything sparkly makes me happy. Okay. Now, here is, oh, please, for the love of God. All right, so now what we want to do is I want to take this And I'm going to put this on top of here. I'm going to go put it in my heat press. Quick seconds on it. But here's the thing. You want to put butcher paper down on the top because I don't have this completely covered. Make sure if you expose any of your heat bond, and I could go in and you know what, we'll do that. But if you expose it, make sure you put a piece of butcher paper over the top, and I'll show you why, because it's going to stick, okay? We're going to add some quick heat. It doesn't take long to do this. I do it on the top first. Whoops. Okay. Did I get some on there? I did. I missed a spot. Ah! So what happens if you don't? Well, you end up with some residue on your heat press. Try to take it off while it's hot, because that's exactly what I just did. There we go. All off. I saved the world. Okay. So make sure that this is all covered, or you trim it to fit. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to go in, because this is on here, right? Now I want to come in and trim this. Okay. Oh, because there's glue on this. I'm like, why are my scissors being stupid? Okay. I like to trim up the outside edge first. Yes. Now, here's the only thing I will tell you. I don't know what the washability is. Don't ask me. I haven't gotten that far. But if you're putting it on a hat, most people don't wash their hats anymore. Some people do. Some people don't. Okay. I'm going to trim this up again. There we go. Okay. Now what I want to do is get inside here. Ooh, sneeze. And you're getting people right now going, Nikki, this is way too much work. You're right. It is a lot of work. I didn't say it wasn't. I never said this was not going to be work. Never once said that. I said this will be a little bit of a project, but if you're willing to sit and take the 5 seconds to do it, you could save yourself a couple bucks, because the average letter costs you about $3 to $4 depending on who's selling it, right? Not only that, you got to pay for the shipping, and maybe you only need just one letter. You need that one letter, right? Just one letter. You don't need a ton, and you could make your own faux chenille letters on the fly. Remember, I said these are faux chenille. Okay, so now you want to go through. Now what you can do to give it that more chenille look is take your nails, take your whatchamacallit, your lint roller, that's what I was looking for, and go in the opposite direction. And you want to actually, get in here and fluff it up. Fluff it up in the wrong direction. All right, fluff it up nice and if you start to see this white, that's fine. Go in and trim it. That just means you just got to trim it a little bit better. All right, no big deal. Just means I got a little bit too close of being perfect here. Again, this is why you might want to go in, cut your fabric first, and then heat press it. That's always an option. But again, this is a TikTok made me do it. Okay, so now we are going to do this all in one step. Now, I'm going to leave the Teflon sheet on the bottom. Why? I need to be able to peel this off after. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, peel off the heat bond. Did that even stick? You know what? Let me just double check that. It didn't stick. Hold, please. It didn't stick. We need it to stick. I did it from the one side. Okay, so let's let this cool. You gotta let heat bond cool before you go peeling it off. And because you have the terry cloth back too. So, I had never tried this before. I thought about it. I've thought about it on numerous occasions. I saw it on the TikTok and I thought, how can I do that? Because why not, right? You guys love my TikTok Made Me Do It series, so I figured let's bring one back. Okay. Let's see if we can get this off now. There we go. Much better. Now she's all working with gas here. Okay. Line this up. Try to line this up a little better. Hold on. You guys are like, Nick. I know. So you just want to move things down, move things around. Again, you're going to get a more precise cut if you do it by a Cricut or a Silhouette, but could you do these by hand? Absolutely. And that's what it's going to look like. Now we're going to go put it on the press real quick. On the Teflon sheet, okay? So, on the Teflon sheet, but I will put a piece of butcher paper over the top of this. You put it on the Teflon sheet, you give it a quick hot second, and then you got to let it cool. Okay, so I've got a Teflon sheet bottom on here. So then you let it cool, give it a quick second. All right, I got to get this off of here because I forgot to put the Teflon sheet on the bottom, but that's okay. We can pull off this and I can show you. I have a Teflon sheet on the bottom. I just have my cover on the bottom too. Okay. So you want to make sure that this sticks. Okay, press down on it, make sure that that heat bond sticks to that. And then once it cools, you can then pull it off your Teflon sheet. And I'll put that back on my heat press. And there you have it. Now it's all stuck, right? If you have to go back in and add more pressure, add a little bit more heat bond, like time to it, and it will stick. But is it something I would sit and do? Probably not. I would definitely here are some tips to this. Could you do this? Yes, but use your Cricut or your Silhouette. By hand is a little bit more tedious, if you will, for this project. But if you're looking for that faux chenille look, you could go that route. You could go without it sewing. Could you go in and sew a straight seam all the way around it? Yes, you could. You could definitely do that. My suggestion would be to cut the letters out first, then sublimate the letter. Use like a square to sublimate the letter. This way it gets into all these crevices that have already been cut, and you won't have to have these white lines that are going to end up showing because it's already cut. All right, that's to neaten up the process a little bit. I would also make sure that you go in and fix your letters. So for like an example here, I might want this letter to be just slightly open, like the one on my hat, okay, to make it a little bit more believable, I guess. Okay. See, let's cut that off. So this makes it a little bit more of a believable thing. Could you do it? Sure. It might be all the rage coming out. Who knows? But now you could add sublimation. You can make your own faux patches with it. Whatever the case may be. I wanted to go with something kind of crazy, if you will. Let me get right underneath that camera. I'll go to the front camera too. Okay. So you could do this as well. Here's the front camera. So that's what I'm saying. You're definitely going to want to cut your letter out first. And if you're going to cut your letters out first, add the heat bond to the back and then cut it out. Don't try to add the heat bond on later. Add the heat bond onto your solid fabric, run it through your Cricut or your Silhouette, tape it down so it's nice and tight to your mat, right? Then cut your letter out. Then cut your outside letter out. All right, then everything's all cut the way it needs to be. And you're ready. Then what you want to do is peel your backing off, or peel your backing off. Put your, if you're going to do this, I'm thinking outside the box here. So let me just run through the thoughts. You're going to cut your letter first, then you're going to sublimate it, but you're going to add your heat bond first too. So because it adds nice, it leaves your fabric rigid inside your Cricut and your silhouette. Okay. So we're going to add heat bond to the back. We're going to run it through our Cricut silhouette. We're going to bring it over to our heat press. You're going to peel that backing off. All right, can you leave the backing on? Yes, because if you look at the patches that you can sublimate on, you can leave those on there. You can leave that backing on, but you really want it to be completely cooled before you try to take off that paper. All right, so that's one method. Or you can peel the paper off, use your Teflon sheet on the bottom. Don't use butcher paper. I want you to think of it as if you're pressing on glitter vinyl. You know how we all press on glitter vinyl? We put the glitter vinyl directly onto the Teflon. We put a piece of butcher paper over the top of the whole process. Same idea, because you want to be able to peel that off. So if you don't want to go that route because you're nervous, after it comes out of your Cricut or your silhouette, you want to bring it over to your heat press. Don't peel that backing off. Lay it on some butcher paper, put your image over the top, put some butcher paper over the top of that, and press it as if you were doing anything else for sublimation. To open it up, do not peel anything off the back. So if there's any glue that oozed out from that ultra heat bond, right? Let it completely cool. Once you completely cool, you can then peel off your backing, all right? You've already got your image, it's already cut, it's already ready. Now you want to add it to your glitter vinyl. This is where you're going to have to put it on the Teflon sheet. Take your glitter vinyl, set it on your Teflon sheet. Teflon sheet, hear me, Teflon sheet. You're then going to take your newly cut shape and you're going to line it up on your glitter vinyl. Once you've lined it up on your glitter vinyl, because it has the exposed heat bond on the back, you're going to have it on the Teflon sheet, so you're now layered it. You're going to add a butcher paper over the top of all of that. And at about 320 for like 15 seconds or so, you want to add some firm pressure and press those things together. What you want to do is have the heat bond ooze into those glitter pieces so that it sticks. All right, you want to make sure it's firm pressure. Open up that heat press. Take your butcher paper off the top. Take your Teflon sheet that's sitting on there. You should have a spare Teflon sheet that you could pull on and off of your platen, right? Instead of like my cover. Let it completely cool before you peel this guy off of your Teflon. All right, once it's completely cool, you then have yourself a faux chenille patch. There you go. In a nutshell. That's your TikTok made me do it. Until next time, I hope to see you guys next Sunday where we're going to learn something new. I think I'm going to have my No Mistakes by then so we can show those off. Thank you to Blanktastic and Just Blanking Fun for helping me out today and for that TikTok video that made me come up with a strange idea one step further. Also, thank you to the ladies behind the helm. We have Jess, Jody, and Cheyenne. Thank you, ladies, for helping me out today. It is Sunday, May 14th, 15th. 15th. Wow, it's the 15th already? Anywho, I hope you guys have a great week. Be kind, stay humble, and I'll see you guys all on the flip side. Have a great afternoon, everyone.